welcome back to Reaching Abundance. I'm Virginia Elder, and I help business owners grow their reach, authority, and their leads with their online content. With all your online content, and whether you've produced hundreds of episodes or maybe you're a little green to the creator space, there's one question you should be asking yourself every time you create an episode, a video, a social media post, any content. Does this piece of content support my brand and vision? In other words, is that thing that you're creating moving you toward or away from who you aspire to be? As this airs, it's December of 2024, and we are all focused on strategic planning for next year. The prospect of what goals we can hit and how we can hit them in the upcoming year is so exciting. But as you create that plan and map out your content calendar, don't forget to go back to your brand vision, your core values, and the long-term mission of where you want to be with your business. To help you with this, today we're diving into how to craft a show that aligns with your brand and vision. This episode will help you create a show that connects with your audience, aligns with your brand values, and ultimately drives business growth. Grab a notebook because I've got 5 sticky notes right here that are going to guide us as we map out a podcast strategy that's as unique as your brand. Let's get started. Sticky note number 1. Start with your brand's mission. Your brand's mission is your foundation. It's your why. Every podcast episode you create should point back to this. Take a moment to answer these 3 questions. 1, what problem does your business solve? 2, why do you care about solving it? 3, what do you want your audience to gain from listening to your show? For example, if you're a financial coach, your mission might be to help clients achieve financial freedom while feeling confident and empowered. Your podcast should reflect that mission by educating, inspiring, and giving actionable advice. This is where rinse and repeat messaging comes into play. Think about phrases or themes that consistently show up in your business. Maybe things that you repeat to people all the time. Possibly a phrase like financial freedom doesn't have to be complicated, or small steps lead to big results. I say things like batch recording is where it's at. And yes, you absolutely should have a call to action in every episode. I say these things all the time in my business. So what are those phrases that you find yourself repeating? Reinforce them in your episodes to stay on brand and build recognition. Sticky note number 2. You're going to define your ideal listener. Let's talk about your ideal listener real quick, which is also quite possibly your ideal client. Ask yourself, who do I want to serve with my podcast? What are their pain points, their goals, and their challenges? Where are they in their journey? Are they beginners, or are they seasoned professionals, or perhaps somewhere in the middle? Your ideal listener might be a busy professional looking to streamline their finances, or a parent that's juggling career and health goals. Once you have a clear vision of that client or listener type for your brand, create content, so podcast episodes, YouTube videos, blog posts, emails that speak directly to their needs. If your listener struggles with time, for example, short, actionable episodes and snippets from guests rather than the full interview will resonate and actually reach them more likely than lengthy interviews. Sticky note number 3. Sometimes people roll their eyes about this, but content pillars will actually help you answer the question, what am I going to talk about? Or what if I run out of things to talk about? Establishing content pillars will help you uncover the recurring themes or topics that align with your brand and serve your audience. To find your content pillars, take a moment to list the major areas your business focuses on or the things that you love to talk about. If you're a branding expert, maybe your pillars are brand strategy, color psychology, and messaging. If you're a health coach, maybe your pillars are nutrition, fitness, and mindset. Your pillars should reflect your expertise and your audience's interest. Here's why. That consistency of speaking about the same thing over and over builds trust. When your audience knows what to expect, they keep coming back to hear you again and again. And focus on your content pillars actually prevents burnout for your end. You get to speak to a few topics and you can expand upon them, and that makes sure that you don't run out of ideas. In fact, that's one of the most common questions I get. What if I run out of things to say? You won't. You just might need someone to help you brainstorm or create a content strategy. All right, sticky note number 4. Here's the big one. Your podcast should work for your business. We have to create things in alignment with our business goals. Think about the goals you want to achieve with your business and then go back to these goals as you're creating podcast episodes. Is a business goal of yours maybe to increase leads? Okay, great. I want you to create episodes that solve small problems and invite listeners to take the next step with a free resource or booking a call. Perhaps one of your business goals is to increase authority. Awesome. Your podcast can support that goal when you interview other experts and or share case studies that highlight your expertise. If you're looking to expand your reach, you're going to start guesting on other people's shows, and you're going to have guests on your show at least once a month to gain exposure to other people's audiences. And then, of course, share episodes with collaborators who will help you reach their audiences. One tip here, I mentioned it earlier. Every episode should include a clear call to action, and it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, there's a link in this episode's description to my call to action perfection worksheet, and it will help you create a really solid call to action that you're comfortable including in your episode. You hear people say things like this all the time. I guarantee you can do it too. You'll say something like, if this episode resonated with you, download my free guide to such and such. Or let's take this further. Schedule a consultation using the link in the show notes. Easy peasy. Sticky note number 5, repeat the process. Finally, podcasting, growing a YouTube channel, or any sort of online following is a process. You have to refine, rinse, repeat, just like the back of the shampoo bottle says. As you create episodes, pay attention to what people are grasping onto the most based on your engagement metrics. Which topics get the most downloads? Which calls to action drive the most engagement? Which freebie of yours are they downloading the most? Here's how to stay on track. Review your mission and your values regularly. If you need to work with a coach to create these because you don't have them yet, that's okay. Please take a step back and do that rather than running aimlessly forward with no mission and vision. I want you to know where you're going and feel confident and excited about that destination and the steps you're taking to get there. Then, the other advice here is to engage with your listeners. Get feedback. I hope this goes without saying, but reply to their emails, answer their DMs, respond to their comments. And in some podcast apps, there are opportunities to post questions or, have conversation with your listeners. Check out those features. Spotify, Castbox, and Overcast have really cool audience-focused features like this. Then, as you go in time, your business evolves and so will your content. So go back to those content pillars and refine them, change them, allow for that growth. Reestablish what you want to talk about and why, but always go back to the question, does this support my business's goals? Remember, podcasting is really a long-term strategy. You got to get stubborn about creating what you want and what you know will help people. And with consistent effort over time, your podcast will grow alongside your business. That's a wrap on today's episode. If you found this helpful, please share with a fellow business owner. If you're ready to align your podcast with your brand and take your business to that next level, grab my free attraction messaging blueprint. It's a quick guide to crafting podcast intros, outros, and trailers that turn listeners into leads. The link is in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in to Reaching Abundance. I'll see you next time, where we'll keep exploring how to grow your business with online content. See you next time.